Hello, and welcome to this special CBTV interview with Lynn B. Thurgood, president of Oxford Wealth Advisors in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Lynn B. is a chartered life underwriter and one of New Mexico's only certified annuity specialists, who since 1987 has specialized in working with retirees and pre-retirees. In addition, he is the president of Central New Mexico's Society of Financial Awareness, also known as SOFA. Lynn B., welcome to Checks and Balances TV.
Thanks, Matt. Good to be here.
Great to have you here all the way from New Mexico.
That's right.
That's a long way, isn't it?
It's a few miles.
Not that far by plane, though,
rivers,
right?
A few rivers.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I want to talk in this interview about the 2 or 3 biggest challenges that you see that clients and Americans have in retirement or close to retirement. But first of all, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and your company and how you became involved in financial services.
Well, great. Sure, I'd be glad to. I remember years ago as a young boy growing up on the reservation. My father had an insurance man that he had a lot of respect for. And this insurance man kept in contact with my father as we moved from Zuni, New Mexico, to Lawton, Oklahoma, to Arizona, and then back to New Mexico. And this insurance man would come and visit with my dad periodically to have a chat, have a review. And I just remember the great respect that my dad had for that man. And as I got into my 30th birthday, I was looking for a new career, a new opportunity. I wanted to be employed for myself. I always had loved people, working with people, enjoy people. And so I considered that industry as an opportunity and jumped right on in and got a desk and a phone and started dialing for dollars.
Wow.
And here I am today.
Yes.
It's been great.
That's wonderful. So you were really motivated and inspired by somebody who, I guess, modeled kind of the ideal, now he was an insurance agent, but somebody who was an ideal model of how to take good care of your father and your family financially on the things that he could help them with.
Well, it was obvious that he really cared about my father, about my mother, and about our family. And that just really was a big impression on me and gave me a very positive impression of folks like that help other people with their goals and fulfilling their dreams.
I heard a long time ago, and of course it's an old saying that people don't know how much you, don't care how much you know, rather, until they know how much you care. So you mentioned that early on.
Right, right.
Excellent. Well, in your area, Rio Rancho is the area that you service. Do you service the surrounding areas around there also?
We do. We have our main office is in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, which is just outside of Albuquerque. We like to say that Albuquerque is a suburb of Rio Rancho. They get a little ornery about that, but that's okay. But we also have an office in Albuquerque, which is about 30 minutes away from our main office. And we have an office up in the northwest part of New Mexico, Farmington. So that's a nice 3-hour drive when we go up there. And we have an office down in Las Cruces, which is a 3.5-hour drive south. So we have a large territory.
So if I counted correctly, you have 4 different offices then?
We do.
Wow, that's a lot of territory to cover.
It is, it is. And the main office is where all of our staff is. The other offices are by appointment only, so. But that's to accommodate and be a convenience to the people that don't want to come all the way up to see us.
New Mexico is a big state. They're spread out all over the place.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Well, it's good that you service such a big area then. Let me ask then, every American, every consumer has choices today. And somebody in any of the 4 areas that you service, they could call on an insurance agent, a stockbroker, a financial advisor, planner, whatever. So what really separates you, would you say, from other financial areas in these areas? In other words, why should someone who's looking for a good financial person consider working with your firm?
Well, I like to think it's because of our independence. We're able to bring to the table whatever services or products might be needed to help people fulfill their goals. And it's more of a consultative coaching relationship than it is that of peddling products and that kind of thing. So I think that really separates us from a lot of the other folks out there, is that we really are family helping family. And we really strive to understand what needs, what goals, what hopes these people have, and then we try to create a plan that will help them achieve those goals.
Well, 2 things that I just heard. Number 1 is you're independent, and that is an important aspect of your practice, I would take. You're not tied to a bank or a brokerage firm or an insurance company.
Right.
You're completely independent, so you can choose probably multiple investment options and products for people.
Absolutely.
But number two, you mentioned about finding out what their goals are, what they want to do with their money now and in the future, and not just peddling products. So I would imagine that most of your clients feel that number one, you care about them, and number two, you have some great solutions for them. Is that right?
That's our goal. That's our goal, and we strive in all of our relationships with our people to let them know that we care and that we love them. Our clients love us, and we love them, and we try to make sure that that shows. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the word family, and even in my practice and in years past, having clients call and leaving a message if you're not available and saying, "I love you." And they really do become like family, don't they? I mean, they are an extended family.
They do, and we also have family working in the business, and that's always that's a neat experience as well, because my oldest son worked in the business for me for a few years, and now he's on our board as a consultant for IT and marketing, and then my youngest son is taking his life insurance exam today, so we're excited to see him join the family business. And my wife helps with administrative duties as well, and we have other, of course, staff and associates that are family, just because we love them.
That's wonderful. So you have a younger son who's stepping in Dad's shoes, also going to take and pass his life insurance exam today.
We're planning on it.
We want the best for our kids, right?
That's right. We do. We do. We love them.
Well, you're certainly a great model to your family and to your staff, and also to the clients that you serve, and that does make a very nice family atmosphere. Well, let's now talk about what I wanted to get your ideas on from your viewpoint from the New Mexico area. What would you say, Lynn, are the 2 or 3 biggest challenges that boomers or retired Americans are going to face or are facing in retirement today?
Well, I think one of the biggest concerns that we hear over and over and over again is how long is my money going to last? Mm-hmm. They're worried about outliving their money. Mm-hmm. They're also worried about the tax burden, the excessive tax exposures that they're going to see in the future, and we all know that that's exactly what's going to be going on with the tax situation. There's no way that the taxes can really come down with the situation we're in today. I think that the other concern is just keeping their money safe. Mm. Mm.
Okay, so 3 very important topics. Number one is the fear of outliving our assets. It's been said that Americans today, the old fear of dying shortly after retirement has been replaced by the fear of outliving our assets. Yeah. We're entering the 80s, 90s, and century mark faster than any time in history. So you said it makes sense. Number one is people want to make sure they don't outlive their assets. Number two, you said, is taxes. Mm-hmm. And taxes overall are pretty low compared to the history of taxes in this country. And with the budget deficit we have and the debt we have, taxes are going to have to go up. Would you agree with that?
I think that's a given.